So you're arguing it's a good...
Alright, what the fuck is happening? Good, bad, and mediocre people of YouTube. I try to be equal, you know, get everybody in there. Good, bad, mediocre people. So-so people. Really good fucking people of YouTube. People that have helped facilitate a heart transplant. That would be somebody as a really good person at YouTube. Happy Friday, bitches. I know it's late in the day on this Good Friday. It's not actually Good Friday. If you're religious, you know that. But you know, I just these Friday videos. I've been wanting to do them because I usually, you know, there's a lot of people that like these Friday videos, and I want to do them for you. But I've just been, for one, I've had a shit ton of fucking everything going on in my life, and two, you know, I've just been so fucking frustrated with the whole ball of wax. It's like, what am I going to talk about, you know? I'm just frustrated with it. I just want nothing to do with it. It sent me into a fucking depression, you know? But, you know, I'm going to talk about it anyway. And then there's been other people commenting and asking me questions about what did I mean about saying that I think all drugs should be legalized, so I want to get that in this video. I should write it down before I forget, because I know I'm going to get fucking wound up. Let me grab a pen. Oh, so I don't forget about the drugs. Let me write down drugs, because I know I'm going to get fucking wound up in what I'm talking about here. So we'll start out this Friday with something I noticed about, you know, well, I've been noticing it all along, but, you know, obviously the mass hysteria, the hysteria of people, this, you know, really, the media would have us believe that the entire world is just fucking going nuts, and, you know, you really shouldn't leave your house if you can prevent it, you know, because you could get shot and killed by a black man, usually. But as, you know, any normal person knows, the chances of you getting shot by a black man are about as good as you getting shot by a white man or a purple or yellow man, you know. So, but you know what I'm noticing? I'm looking. We have an election here. In case you're not from the United States, and I have several subscribers that are not from the United States, believe it or not. I'm an international phenomenon here on YouTube, you know. So, coming up here in November, I know that's a few months away, but we have some elections going on. So, we had the, what they call a, oh, what the fuck is it called? See, that's how fucking frustrated I am. My train of thought is just, it's a disaster. But we had the primaries, you know, where you vote to see who becomes the midterm elections. Okay, these are elections. There's governor races going on. There is the Senate and House races are going on, which are every 2 years here in the United States. So I'm a little concerned with these elections, because here in the state of Michigan, whether you want to admit it or not, we need to put a Democrat in as governor. Now, I really hate to admit that, because I don't think there's a Democrat in this Democratic... I don't think there's a Democrat or a Republican in this fucking political realm that's worth a fuck, okay? But we've had a Republican governor here in Michigan who has really fucked with our unions bad. They ended up making the state of Michigan, who invented the fucking union, a right-to-work state. And it's fucked our economy up here in Michigan bad, you know. I mean, and there's another thing, the booming economy. This big booming, you hear about this constantly on there. The economy is booming in the United States. The economy in the United States is far from booming. It's not booming, okay? It's doing better. It better be doing better. I mean, we've only fucking been in a recession for the last 9 fucking years. The economy is doing better. And it took a long time to get there. And had we put another Democrat in as president of the United States, I don't think we would be where we are right now. It's getting better. It's not booming by any means. I know they give, you know, statistics for the unemployment rate, and these statistics that they give you are not true statistics. Okay, you really have to do your own research and dig. Listening to the mainstream media is not going to get you any type of truthful statistics regarding anything as far as the United States goes. You really have to, you know, go to several. What I do is go to several media sources, and then I research each one to find out, you know, where the lie is, because that's what it's all about here in the United States, is drama. Then I'm getting back to that, the mass hysteria. These elections that we have coming up, you know, if you watch whoever, Fox News, ABC, NBC, CBS, whoever, they all start their evening news. The broadcast starts out usually something like, "Oh man, the Republicans are going to lose the House and the Senate probably, and this and that and the other." And then, you know, these people, these same people, like on Fox News, they'll say, "Oh my God, I can't believe the Republicans the people on Fox News, they lean toward the Republican Party, and they say, I can't believe we're gonna, you know, the Republicans could lose the House and the Senate." And well, stop fucking talking about it. Stop fucking starting your broadcast with the Republicans are gonna lose. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. You know, this is all designed so that you keep watching. Okay. Now, there's actually no real reason that the Republicans would lose the House or Senate. Actually, to the contrary, you know, I mean, the United States voted in a Republican president, and since that time, you know, we've had a Republican Congress, a Republican Senate, and things have been going better. Okay, so that being said, why would the majority of voters vote those same people out? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I mean, common sense tells you, you know. Now, whether people get out to vote or not, that's a different story. But, you know, I see this stuff going on, and then I see these Democrats that are running, and I pay close attention to the Democratic debate for governor of the state of Michigan. Because, like I said, I intend to vote for a Democrat for the state of Michigan for our governor. Believe me, I don't want to. But, unfortunately, it has to be done. And then I watch the Democratic debate and then the commercials on TV. And every single one of them, I think every one of them, has somehow related how Donald Trump is racist and doesn't care about immigrants. And something, you know, that turns me off big time. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear you, as a person running for whatever office you're running for, slam anyone and call them racist, especially Donald Trump, who has not shown ever that I know that he's a racist or against immigrants. Just hasn't happened. You know, he hasn't shown that he's a racist. You know, so, but the Democratic Party, that's all they have, is a bunch of screaming and crying and moaning and bitching. And, you know, and as soon as somebody comes up and tries to talk sense to them, they just shut them down and they say you're a racist. And that's the end of the conversation, that you're racist and you should be dealt with accordingly. Ah, you're racist, get out of here. You know, that's it. So, you know, I see this stuff going on, and it really is. It's a bunch of mass hysteria. Michael Savage has been talking about it. He has a book coming out called "Stop the Mass Hysteria," and it really is. And if people out there, and I believe the majority of people watch mainstream media, I really try not to. I'm trying to watch it a little more often right now because I'm paying attention to the politicians running for office in the state of Michigan. Like I said, I wouldn't want to vote for a Democrat at this point in my life. You know, we have, you know, again, if you're not from, because I'm an international celebrity, I have to speak to my international crowd, and if you're not from the United States, we have the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. And the Republican Party generally leans conservative, and the Democratic Party generally leans out of their fucking minds, okay? Liberals, okay? And liberalism is a mental disorder. There's just no two ways about that. I'm sorry. There are good Democrats out there, but they're few and far between. You know, I generally lean... I don't affiliate with either party. I'm an independent. But I generally lean conservative, which is a change from my younger years, where I used to lean more, because I drank the Kool-Aid in my younger years, and I leaned more liberal, okay? But once, I've said this many, many times, you know, once you realize there's no honor among thieves, you find out that there's no sense affiliating yourself with a political party either way. You know, you take what you can get and you vote for the worst of the less of two evils, okay? So yeah, that's where we're at. You know, we've got the mainstream media talking about how the Republicans are going to lose and it's going to be terrible, you know, and this and that and the other. Well, if they didn't want the Republicans to lose, especially the more conservative stations, or call themselves conservatives, such as Fox News, why the fuck do they talk about it every night? Because they need something to talk about. And then, you know, this also feeds the liberal media, because they say the same thing, and then when the Republicans don't lose it, they can say, oh my God, see, the Republicans are evil and racist, and the conservatives are evil and racist, okay? And they can keep their agenda going. I mean, this guy's been, listen, Donald Trump has been president of this country for 2 years almost, okay? Get the fuck over it. You know, if you turn on a station such as MSNBC, they just, all day long, it's just about how fucking terrible he is. He's a racist. He's this, he's that, and he's never shown any fucking, he's never said anything racist, he's never shown himself to be a racist, you know, he's never shown himself to be against immigration, none of that. Yet they just go on and on and on and on and on about this whole thing. You know, I'm looking at this, we're going to switch this to guitar talk now, because as you guys know, I have favored the Boss Super Overdrive for many, 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 many years, okay? This has always been my go-to pedal of choice. I recently, within the last year or so, I believe, I went to the MXR Super Badass Distortion, which is an excellent, excellent, excellent pedal. Then one day, I'm looking on Craigslist, and I see this pedal, and I've never seen it before. And this is the Boss Dual Overdrive. And what this is it's exactly what it says it is. It's a pedal with two different overdrive channels on it. One is called Crunch and the other is called Lead. I'm using the Lead channel on this, and this is by far, this is my absolute favorite pedal. It is right in between the Super Overdrive and the Super Badass Distortion. You know, with the the MXR stuff in general, I don't get the mids that I like to get in general. And that's not to say I don't get mid-range, but I'm not getting the tone, you know, that I want out of it. This pedal here is right in between, and it's perfect for me. If you guys can get one, if you can find one, they don't make them anymore. I've seen them on eBay, and of course there's people out there trying to charge $300 for them and everything else. And I've also seen them for $80. It's worth $80 to go buy one of these. This is by far, this is my favorite pedal, and I think this is going to finally replace the Super Overdrive, which I was never, I mean, it's always been my pedal of choice and everything, but you know, I've never been entirely happy with it. Otherwise I wouldn't be fucking around looking at MXR stuff. At one point in time, I got the MXR Full Bore Metal, which is a really good pedal. It also has a gate on it, the full bore metal does. It's got its own little gate button, and I really like that a lot because when you stop playing the guitar, it just shuts it up, you know, completely. But yeah, Boss Dual Overdrive, it's the SD2, and it has a couple of different modes. One mode is for a remote, where you would plug another pedal in, just like an AB pedal, and then you can switch the two overdrive channels, or, you know, off. The other mode is toggle, which is what I'm keeping it on now. I just use the lead channel on it. I haven't screwed around too much with the crunch channel, but they're both pretty cool. But that's the toggle function. Is it just every time you hit it, you're either in crunch mode or you are in lead mode. So, or you can just have the on and off, you know. So. That's why I have it on what I have it on, because I just wanted to fuck around with both. But yeah, check it out. Pretty cool pedal. So this portion brought to you by Boss Effects Pedals. Alright, now I want to get to a question a person asked me. It was about a video I did about a year ago. Maybe a little less than a year ago. It was something around that 8 to 12 month range. In that video, I had said that I think all drugs should be legal, and this person was really quite appalled by that. And I stand by everything I said in that video as far as drugs being legal. I think that is the way to go, and I say that for many reasons. One reason, you know, being is that we really need to think about, and maybe it's not so much for my generation, but the generations coming, I think it would be a good thing if we start thinking about now that, you know, we've got to start letting natural selection take its place. You know, the world is only so large. The United States is only so large. You know, we can only have so many people. There is a lot more people in the United States than there was when I was a kid. Okay? And that's not a good thing. That's not necessarily a good thing. And this say, you know, all you global warming people out there ought to take a listen to what I'm saying. You know, we really need to let natural selection take its place. There's a lot of people on this planet and in the United States that are intent on killing themselves. You know, and if that's what they're going to do, they're going to do it. They're going to do it whether drugs are legal or illegal, okay? Now, the difference is if they're legal, well, then they can get it over with quicker, okay? I know, it sounds kind of cold, but it is what it is. And we really, there's a lot of fucking idiots out there. I mean, all you have to do is go drive, you know, around. You don't even have to drive in rush hour. Just go drive around for a half hour, and I'm sure you are going to run into plenty of fucking idiots. Go to a store and interact with some of the people who work there. You are going to run into complete fucking idiots. These people, if natural selection had its place, these people would not exist to begin with. Because, you know, only the strongest survive. You know, that's just, we need to get back to more of that. Now, I'm not fucking going stupid with it, and I'm not talking crazy Nazi Germany Hitler stuff here. I'm talking about simply legalizing drugs. You know, first off, we finally, you know, we went into prohibition over alcohol, and you saw how that went. And that's exactly where we are with drugs in this country. You know, I mean, there's all the crime that's being committed, drug-related crime that's being committed, would not otherwise be being committed in the first place, right? Because drugs would be legal. So, you know, when prohibition took its place, there was so much fucking crime related to the prohibition of alcohol that they finally gave up on it, and they legalized alcohol again. you know, and all that crime ceased to exist. So there's one reason, two reasons actually, because the first was natural selection, the second being we would do away with crime, and you know, and the third reason, you know, people should be able to put what they want in their body. You know, I mean, it's just, so right now I'm allowed to go to the liquor store tonight and buy 2/5 of Jack Daniels and 2 cases of beer and consume all of it tonight if I want to. And because it's legal for me to do. I might be dead, you know, but it's legal for me to do. So why can't I go to the pharmacy in the same fashion and get myself 300 Vicodin and 500 Xanax tonight, you know? I mean, obviously you're going to have to, there's more thought than just saying, oh, it's all, now it's all legal. But what I had said in that video, and what I'm going to say again here, is that I think that, you know, as far as pharmaceutical drugs are concerned, what should happen is, you know, if your doctor writes you a prescription, you go to your pharmacy and fill that prescription, and your insurance covers it. In the same fashion, without a prescription, you should be able to go to your pharmacy and say, I want this, this, and that, and you sign some type of waiver that says, you know, hey, you're taking this without doctor's orders, and you, plus your insurance does not cover it because you're getting it for yourself and you don't have a prescription for it. So you pay cash for it, you walk out the door and you do your thing. Why is that such a big problem? I don't understand why that would be such a big issue. And then, of course, you know, we're going to legalize marijuana in the state of Michigan in November, coming up here. It's legalized in 15 other states, I think it is, and it's going to be legalized nationwide pretty soon. So, you know, why don't you legalize things like cocaine and heroin? Okay? Let it be what it is. People that are about the business of killing themselves are going to do it with or without your approval, okay? But most people, they're not going to fuck with it. They know that they might fuck around with it 1 or 2 times or something like that. But I think a lot of people aren't going to fuck with it to begin with, you know, because they know it's not good for you, and then there's other people out there that can handle, you know, doing some heroin, you know, once a month or whatever, and let them do their thing. I don't understand what the fucking big deal is, you know. Just let people be who they're going to be, and you know, you no longer have to deal with the consequences of this. You know, you no longer have to deal with the crime. You a lot of times don't even have to deal with the person anymore, because, like I said, as natural selection takes its place, these people are just going to cease to exist. And I would say within 20 years, we would see a much better society here in the United States. After 20 years of drug legalization, we would see a lot better society here in the United States. I guarantee it. So it's something to think about. Happy Friday, bitches. I'm going to get back to doing these Friday videos. What else? Oh, hey, Willseasyguitar. If you guys caught his latest video, Will is done with YouTube. He's putting everything on Patreon. Now, I don't know whether this is a good move for him or not. I understand completely why he's doing this. Because he's not going to jump through YouTube's, Google, whatever you want to call it. He's not going to jump through hoops for him, and I don't fucking blame him one bit for that. I guess when you talk about that in Will Galvin, you have to realize that he's trying to make a living off of this kind of stuff. He's trying to make this his income. So in that I understand it, but I think my guess is that Will enjoys making videos too much to completely stay off YouTube, and I think you'll see him from time to time. But yeah, if you caught his new video, he's done with this shit, and I don't fucking blame him one bit. He's put all his stuff over there on Patreon. I think for like $1 or $2 a month you can get most of it, and for more than that, I mean, the dude's got all kinds of, you guys know. If you don't know, it's Willseasyguitar, and the guy's, you know, if you're into guitar repair and whatnot, and you're not going to find any better out there. You'll find videos like his out there, but in my opinion, you're not going to find anybody that's going to give it to you straight and be honest with you about shit regarding guitars. So, but yeah, so he's done. So, not done, but, you know, he's, for the most part, off YouTube. Which brings me to, you know, I asked Will if he would do an interview with me. I thought maybe I'd start doing some interviews here on the channel. And maybe you guys, you know, let me know what you think in the comments about that, because I thought about doing some interviews just with other YouTubers. You know, some of them semi-famous YouTubers, others, you know, really famous YouTubers, and some just, you know, regular YouTubers like myself, you know, small subscription numbers. Thought about maybe doing some interviews and bringing that to the channel. I thought it would be interesting. You guys let me know what you think. I'm gonna get on with my fucking evening. Like I said, haven't been feeling good. Been busier than I could fucking ever want to be. It's been a fucking absolutely crazy summer so far. We still got, you know, month of August to go through, which sucks because it's like, I feel like it's almost over here in Michigan. And I haven't even fucking gotten to do anything that I've wanted to do. So, but whatever. That's my life. You know, I could bitch about it. You guys don't want to hear about me bitching about that. So, peace out. Happy Friday. All that good stuff. God bless. Whatever.